When you're spending time with a guy and feeling that magnetic pull between you, it's natural to wonder, is he just being friendly? Or is there something deeper, more physical going on? The truth is, men don't always say what they're feeling outright, especially when it comes to sexual attraction. But their actions, energy, and subtle cues often speak louder than words. Understanding the signs of sexual attraction isn't just about decoding flirting. It's about recognizing whether a man is genuinely drawn to you on a deeper physical level, or if you're just another name in his contact list. So let's cut through the confusion. Here are 5 real behavior-based signs that a man is sexually attracted to you. And trust me, once you know what to look for, it becomes unmistakable. You can learn a lot about how a man feels about you without him ever saying a word. The truth is, sexual attraction doesn't always announce itself through bold declarations or obvious compliments. In fact, it often shows up in the smallest, quietest ways, through his body language. This is the first place you should be paying attention, because the body never lies. A man might hold back what he says, but his eyes, his posture, and his subtle movements will often give him away, if you know what to look for. Start with eye contact. This is one of the clearest non-verbal signals of desire. When a man is sexually attracted to you, his gaze lingers. He doesn't just look at you, he watches you. It's not a creepy stare, but more of a captivated look, like he's fascinated by you. He'll hold eye contact longer than usual, and when you look back, he doesn't. Quickly glance away like someone who's just being polite. He holds your gaze because he wants you to feel seen by him. And sometimes when you look away, he'll keep watching you, almost like he's studying your face, your smile, the way your lips move when you talk. That visual connection is his way of connecting with you on a deeper level without even touching you. Then there's proximity. A man who's sexually attracted to you won't be content with keeping his distance. He will naturally gravitate towards you. You'll notice it when you're in a group setting. He always finds a way to sit next to you, to lean in when you're talking, to reduce the space between you two. He might not even realize he's doing it, but that closeness is his body's way of trying to get physically closer to the thing it's drawn to, you. If you're standing in line, he'll stand closer than necessary. If you're sitting at a table, he'll angle his body toward you, even if it's subtle. That pull isn't random, it's desire. Mirroring is another major sign. When a man subconsciously copies your movements, whether it's sipping his drink after you do, crossing his arms when you do, or even mimicking the way you're sitting, it shows he's in sync with you. There's not just a psychological thing, it's a sign that his body is aligning with yours because he's tuned in, he's attentive, he's absorbing your energy and unconsciously responding to it. That kind of syncing doesn't happen when he's just being friendly. It happens when attraction is present. You might also notice changes in his posture when you're around. Men naturally want to appear more confident and strong in the presence of someone they're attracted to. So, he'll stand a little taller. He might square his shoulders more, puff out his chest slightly, or even plant his feet more firmly. These are primal instincts kicking in. His body is trying to signal strength and masculinity, hoping to impress you without saying a word. And again, it's not something he's doing consciously. That's what makes it so revealing. His hands, too, tell a story. Pay attention to what he does with them when you're talking. Is he fidgeting a little more than usual? Playing with his rings? Touching his face? Rubbing the back of his neck? These are classic signs of nervous energy. And that nervousness often stems from attraction. It's like his body is feeling a rush of anticipation, of excitement, and it needs somewhere to direct that energy. If a guy is relaxed and casual, you won't see that. But when he's drawn to you physically, his nervous system reacts, even if he's trying to play it cool. And here's a small but powerful sign. He finds reasons to look at parts of you other than your face. Maybe his eyes drop for a second when you're talking. Just a quick glance at your lips, your neck, or even your body. It's not rude or aggressive. It's fleeting, almost like he's catching himself. But it's real. It means his attraction to you isn't just emotional or intellectual, it's physical too. That brief scan tells you what's going on beneath the surface. The beauty of understanding body language is that it gives you insight into what he's feeling without him needing to say it out loud. And in many cases, a man won't say it out loud, especially early on. And you might be testing the waters, feeling things out, unsure of whether the attraction is mutual. But if you watch him carefully, you'll start to see the truth in how he moves, how he looks at you, how his energy shifts when you enter the room. His body speaks. And when a man is sexually attracted to you, that message becomes clear, even if his words haven't caught up yet. Words carry weight, especially when they're coming from someone who's attracted to you. But here's the thing. When a man is sexually attracted to you, it's not always what he says that gives him away, but how he says it. His entire communication style shifts. His tone, his rhythm, even the way he listens to you. It all becomes more intimate, more playful, and yes, often more flirtatious. He may not come right out and say, "I'm into you," but the clues are there in the way he chooses to interact with you compared to others. First, listen to the tone of his voice. When a guy is just being friendly, his voice tends to stay neutral and steady. But when there's sexual attraction involved, that tone changes. There's often a softer, slower cadence, a lower pitch when he speaks to you. It's as if he's pulling you in with his voice, not just his words. He wants to create a moment, a feeling, a spark, and his tone becomes part of the atmosphere. He might even tease you lightly or add a little edge to his jokes, just enough to get a reaction out of you. That kind of teasing isn't mean-spirited. It's flirtation. It's his way of saying, "I'm comfortable with you. I'm attracted to you. Let's play a little." Then there's what he chooses to talk about. When a man is sexually attracted to you, he becomes curious, not just about who you are, but what excites you, what you find attractive, what your views are on intimacy and relationships. He may not ask directly, but he'll steer the conversation in that direction. He might bring up topics about dating, chemistry, or even past romantic experiences, not to pry, but to gauge where you stand. It's like he's subtly checking to see if there's room for something more between you. And if you respond in a way that shows openness or interest, he leans into that energy and keeps it going. You'll also notice that he gives you more compliments, but not the generic kind. These aren't the usual "you look nice today" comments. No, his compliments are more personal, more detailed. He might compliment something specific. Your voice, your laugh, on the way you express yourself. These comments are often laced with subtle attraction, and sometimes they border on flirtatious. He's not just admiring you, he's revealing what he notices when he's around you. That kind of focused attention is a clear sign that you've captured his interest in more than just a friendly way. Pay attention to how he uses humor. Humor is a powerful tool when it comes to flirting, and a man who's attracted to you sexually will often use it to build tension, create inside jokes, or push boundaries just a little to see how you respond. He might make a cheeky comment, a playful innuendo, or a half-joking suggestion that carries just enough weight to make you wonder if there's something more behind it. This kind of humor is a form of risk-taking. It's his way of testing the chemistry with you, without being too direct. And if you laugh or flirt back, it only fuels his interest. Also, notice how he listens to you. A man who's just being polite will listen out of obligation, but a man who's attracted to you will listen with intent. He'll hang on your words. He'll ask follow-up questions. He'll remember the little things you say and bring them up later, showing you that he's been paying attention. Why? Because attraction heightens interest. He's not just waiting for his turn to speak. He's trying to get closer to you by understanding you, by learning what lights you up. That emotional focus often sits on top of the physical attraction he's feeling. It's his way of investing in the conversation because he's hoping it will lead to something more meaningful or more intimate. And finally, notice how often he initiates contact. If he's consistently reaching out, texting you just to say something random, continuing conversations that could have ended an hour ago, or finding little excuses to talk to you throughout the day, he's trying to create a constant connection. That ongoing communication is driven by desire. It's him wanting to keep your energy close, even when you're not physically together. Whether it's late night texts, playful banter, or checking in just to hear how your day was, he's signaling that you're on his mind. And if his messages sometimes carry a flirtatious undertone, whether through emojis, double meanings, or cheeky humor, it's a clear window into how he sees you. So if you're wondering whether his interest is just friendly or something more, pay close attention to how he communicates. His words will give him away. Not necessarily in what they say on the surface, but in the energy, the tone, and the intention behind them. When sexual attraction is present, it transforms the entire conversation. Suddenly, it's not just talk, it's chemistry. Unfolding one word at a time. When a man is sexually attracted to you, he doesn't always say it outright, but he feels it in his body. That feeling, desire drives his behavior, even if he's trying to play it cool. One of the clearest ways it shows up is in how he positions himself around you. He looks for physical opportunities to be close, to share space, to bridge the gap between where he is and where you are. And he does this in subtle, intentional ways that may not seem obvious at first. But once you start noticing these behaviors, the pattern becomes crystal clear. It starts with proximity. A man who is drawn to you physically will want to be near you. It's not something he has to think about. His body will naturally move closer, almost without permission from his conscious mind. If you're in a group setting, he'll find a reason to sit next to you. If you're standing in a crowded room, he'll angle his body toward yours. It's not just about being in your line of sight. It's about feeling that physical closeness. That's where the tension builds. That's where desire starts to simmer. Watch how often he finds excuses to enter your personal space. Maybe he leans over to show you something on his phone, even though he could have held it up from a distance. Maybe when you're walking side by side, his hand brushes yours just slightly, as if by accident. Maybe when you're sitting together, his leg touches yours under the table and he doesn't pull away. These accidental touches often aren't accidents at all. They're quiet invitations. He's seeing how you respond. He's testing whether the energy is mutual, whether his closeness makes you lean in or pull back. That feedback tells him everything. Physical contact is one of the strongest signals of sexual interest, but it's rarely bold in the beginning. Instead, it builds in small, calculated steps. He might start with light, friendly touches. A hand on your back as you walk through a door, a playful nudge during a joke, or brushing a piece of lint off your sleeve. On the surface, these gestures seem harmless, but underneath, there's intention. He's looking for connection. He's seeing if you feel comfortable with his touch, if your body language invites him to come closer. And when you don't resist, or better yet, when you lean in, he takes that as a green light. Another sign is how he uses his environment to bring you closer. For example, he might suggest a quieter spot to talk, somewhere with less noise and fewer people. He might guide you to a couch instead of a table. Or maybe he offers to give you a ride when it's not necessary. All of these things have one thing in common. They reduce the distance between you. They shift the setting from public to personal, from casual to intimate. He's not just trying to be helpful, he's creating a space where closeness is easier, more natural, more likely to happen. And it's not just about physical space. It's about how he uses his body. Pay attention to how he positions himself when you're talking. Does he face you directly? Does he lean in while you speak like he's fully locked in? Does he orient his shoulders and hips toward you even if someone else is speaking? These aren't random. These are biological signals of attraction. His body is literally turning toward you because that's where his attention and his desire is focused. Now, not every guy who's friendly will show these signs. Not every man who touches your arm is sexually attracted to you. But when these behaviors happen consistently, especially in combination with other signs like his tone of voice, his lingering eye contact, and his overall energy, they start to tell a very clear story. He wants to be closer to you. Not just emotionally, physically. One final thing to notice is how he reacts when physical contact actually happens. If your hand brushes his and he freezes for a second, or if you touch his arm and he lights up, that response is telling. It means he's not just okay with your touch, he's craving it. The smallest bit of contact creates a spark, and when that happens, it's a signal that the attraction isn't just surface level. It's building, it's waiting. And he's trying to figure out if you feel the same. Desire doesn't need words. Most of the time, it speaks through behavior. And when a man is sexually attracted to you, his body will do the talking long before his lips do. All you have to do is listen with your eyes. The closeness he seeks isn't random, it's deliberate. It's his way of getting just a little nearer to what he wants. You. When a man is sexually attracted to you, something shifts in his energy. You start to notice a difference in how he shows up, not just physically, but emotionally and energetically. Attraction has a way of lighting people up. It brings out a version of them that's more alert, more animated, more attentive. And when a guy feels that pull towards you, you'll feel it too. Not necessarily through his words, but through the way he moves, how present he becomes, and the attention he gives you above everyone else around. It's all about priority. When a man is sexually attracted to you, you're not just another person in the room. You become the focus. If you're in a group setting, his attention will start to filter toward you. He'll laugh harder at your jokes, respond more directly to your comments, and often look at you first when something funny or interesting happens. You'll start to feel like the center of his orbit. And again, this doesn't mean he's ignoring others. It just means his energy is clearly drawn in your direction. You matter more in that space. He's investing his time and presence in you without needing to say it out loud. You'll also notice this in the way he makes time for you. Attraction creates motivation. If a man is sexually drawn to you, he won't wait for convenience. He'll make the effort. He'll reach out first. He'll suggest plans. He won't let days slip by without checking in. You become something he wants to move toward, not just when he's bored or has nothing else going on, but because being around you gives him something extra, something exciting, something he craves. It's not just about companionship. It's about how your presence makes him feel. It ignites something. And that's where the energy comes in. A man who's sexually attracted to you will often seem more alive around you. His posture improves. His eyes are more alert. He laughs more. He talks faster. Why? Because his nervous system is activated. Desire kicks his whole body into a heightened state. This doesn't mean he'll be bouncing off the walls. It's not about being overly hyper, but there's a clear boost in his enthusiasm. You can tell by how he lights up when you walk in the room, or how quickly he puts his phone away when you start speaking. You have his full attention, and not because he's trying to be polite, it's because he wants to be connected. There's a surge of excitement that runs through him every time he's near you. He also starts to show signs of effort, not just in making time, but in how he presents himself. He might dress just a little sharper when he knows he'll see you. Maybe he adjusts his hair in the mirror, wears cologne, or puts in effort he wouldn't otherwise bother with. That effort is about more than just looking good. It's about wanting to be seen, noticed, maybe even desired in return. When a guy goes that extra mile for no clear reason other than the fact that you'll be around, that's a pretty good indicator of what's going on underneath the surface. Another powerful indicator is how he handles competition or distraction. If other people are around and he still finds ways to focus on you through eye contact, shared jokes, little moments that feel like just the two of you, that's his way of reclaiming your attention. Even if someone else is talking to you, he might hover nearby, find reasons to interrupt lightly, or insert himself in the conversation just to stay close. That's not ego, that's desire. He's trying to keep the thread of connection going. Sometimes his excitement to be around you can also come out in a more vulnerable way. He might get a little nervous, he stumbles over his words, fidgets a bit, or seems like he's trying really hard to be on. That nervous energy isn't a weakness, it's honesty. It's what happens when someone really wants something to go well. It's attraction mixed with hope. He wants to impress you, make you laugh, create a moment that stands out, and all of that comes from a genuine place of physical and emotional pull. Attraction doesn't always shout. Sometimes it shows up in the way someone prioritizes your presence, how they lean in just a little more when you speak, how they find reasons to be around you, how their mood lifts the moment you arrive. A man who's sexually attractive to you will show up with energy, not the energy of obligation or politeness, but the energy of desire. He'll make it clear, even in subtle ways, that you're not just someone he enjoys, you're someone he wants.